and feeling you. Girl, I want the sexiest heels for you. We gon' turn it up. Body like a
Everybody, and welcome back to the She Said What She Said podcast with your favorite best friend duo, Nickole
And Donyea Nicole.
How are you guys?
Welcome 2023!
So as you guys know, we have been gone for a while, but we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
And we're better than ever. Okay, hunty, sante, sachet.
Okay. Okay. I mean, ideas.
Right? We're back. For real, we're back.
We're back. We're back. We've been taking a long mental break.
Exactly. We have, for real. Like, literally. We've been taking it here. We've been taking it
there. A little bit everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, not everywhere, because, you know.
Yeah. Not everywhere, but, you know. You get the gist of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, how have you been doing mentally, Brittney?
You know, I've grown a lot. You know, mentally, you know, I just had to get back to who I am, who I want to be, and where I'm trying to get to. So, and I feel like, you know, January, I'm here. I'm back. I'm better.
It's my birth month.
It is my birth month. You know,
We're having a big celebration.
another year, closer to 30.
What are you gonna be doing for your birthday?
I'm not sure yet.
Well, Brittney won't tell me what she wants for her birthday, so if she
I don't tell
give
nobody
me
about my birthday. Everybody can give me whatever they want.
If she don't
I'm
tell
gonna
me,
be
that's not
thankful.
my fault. If I don't, you know. So you say you've been working on your mental health. So on your bad days, what would you say that you do to make yourself feel better?
One thing I like to do when I'm having a bad day, I like to get dressed. Like, I'll like do extra.
Do extra, okay.
Yeah,
Just
like,
say, do you not like to get dressed like every day?
No, like I love
or-
getting dressed every day. But like no, like just do an extra. Like maybe instead of wearing something comfy, wear some heels or something. Like I like to make myself feel better.
Because if you look
better, you feel better. Yeah, I get it.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So I'll do a little bit of extra on my bad days to make myself feel better.
I like that. And you know what? Honestly, recently I've been in this rut of not getting dressed.
Me too.
It's so bad. I'm like, Donyea, like, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, Donyea, you need to get it together. Like, I literally, only thing I've been wearing was sweatpants and sweatshirts. It's so bad. I think I'm, like, disgusted with myself. I'm like, hello, like, you have mad heels, all these pretty dresses, all these pretty blouses, all these pretty, you know, and you're not wearing not a single damn one.
Well, my problem is I'm moving from, like, I have to move all my stuff.
Same.
So, like,
it's like I can't find nothing.
no, it's not even, like, I need to get rid of stuff. So it's like, my new closet's not ready. I still gotta paint it.
She got big money problems.
My new closet isn't ready. So, like, it's just kind of, I just have things thrown around. My shoes are all in a big box. So every time I need to find a pair of shoes, I'm, like, throwing them. So then I bought new shoes. And so I'm just rotating through those because...
Right. You rotated through new shoes?
I'm just rotating through the new shoes because I don't feel like going through the old shoes.
Oh, you just buying new shoes and rotating through them?
Yeah.
She really got big money problems.
Shut up. No, I don't.
Like, what?
No, like,
Hashtag
it's just...
big money problems. If you agree.
It's just so much easier. Like, I just mentally, like, every time I go in there and I'm just like, girl, you got to get this closet together so you can put all these shoes in here so that you can actually start wearing your shoes.
Yeah, girl, it's supposed to be done before your birthday. Are we still on track for that?
My room was supposed to be done before December.
We got here.
Yes.
Right.
I still haven't even painted yet. I'm going to paint this weekend. What do you do, you know, on your bad days?
What do I do? Well, one, I sit down and ask, like, Donyea, I'm like, why are you having a bad day? So I like to talk to myself. I don't know why.
I talk to myself a lot.
Yeah, I've been talking to myself lately. I'm like, Donyea, why are you having a bad day? I identify, like, what's going on. And then depending on, like, what is the cause of the bad day, it'll determine what I'm gonna do. Because like for like if I wake up in a bad mood, okay, I'm gonna get dressed like you said. I'm gonna get dressed more than I would a regular day, you know. But if it's like during the middle of the day, either I'm gonna pause what I'm doing, and I'm gonna take some time to meditate, or I'm gonna take some time to, you know, go to the gym, like just random. Like if I'm able to, I'm going to do that for myself. If I'm not, at the end of the day, I'll probably journal.
Journaling is like, I feel like everybody needs a journal. Like, I found a journal last year, and it was called 365. It's like 365 something. But like every day you write in it, and like you can see your growth from the beginning of the year. And right now with the new year, it's a great time to, you know, start it, because it's like you can see who you were now and who you're going to be at the end of the year. But yeah, you can just see your growth throughout the year. I like it.
We just want to apologize for the noise in the back. Not us. It's the studio next door. Okay.
Yeah, they making my noise. Not ignorant. Like they ain't other people that live here.
Not
live
here. I hear. Not you taking many trips to Georgia all the damn time, so from a country. Okay, go on now.
I can't.
Go fix me some chitlins.
I hate chitlins. You will not. That's one thing. I put a lot of things in my mouth, but I am not putting no chitlins in my mouth.
Oh, have you, Brittany?
I would not eat no chitlins.
What else have you put in your mouth?
Them shit smell like shit. I would eat ass before I eat chitlins.
Ew.
Sure would.
Ew.
Chitlins are the
intestines. I know chitlins are disgusting. I know. And they smell gross.
Yeah. Like, they smell like shit.
But eat booty before you
I would
eat chitlins?
Sure would.
Did I just whip you in my hair?
You did, but it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I will eat ass before I eat chitlins.
Okay, so would y'all eat booty before you eat chitlins? Let me know in the comments below. So, this year is all about me.
Yes, selfish.
Yes.
2023.
It's all about me, like M-E, like Y-O-U, me. Okay, we get that. Yeah. And you gotta be selfish, okay? If you ain't selfish, you ain't doing it right. And when I say selfish, you just have to think about yourself. Physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all around. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, physically, what I do, I'm always in the gym. Every single morning, I wake my behind up, I get to the gym. You know what I'm saying? A new thing that I've taken on this year, I started like a little, you know, at the end of 2022, but something that I'm really into now is yoga. And heated yoga at that. It's really good. You know, like, I was like, yoga. When somebody introduced me to yoga, I was like, yoga? Like, I've never done yoga before. And, like, being black at that, like, you don't hear many black people going yoga. It's like, okay.
You heard of goat yoga?
What's
the type of yoga? I wouldn't do it, but it's called goat yoga. You do it with goats.
With goats?
Yeah, like real goats.
What do you do with them?
I don't know. But there's a thing called goat yoga.
What?
I seen it on TV. No, I know a lot of people like Pilates.
I want to do Pilates.
You know, I have a personal trainer.
Oh, do you?
But
does she train you or he?
It's a girl.
She trains you. Where does she train you at?
So we do virtually.
Nice.
But the month of January, I'm off. You know, I told her to see her in February.
I've been noticing them gains. I've been meaning to ask you what you're doing.
So, I mean,
because Brittany will always say it's the
on some real stuff, I feel like it is that, because think about what size I was last year at this time. I was so skinny. Now I'd be looking in the mirror, I'd be like, well, damn, hello. Hello back there.
Until February, or you just didn't want to start?
I told her I'm taking January off. I got shit to do. So January is a very busy month for me.
Let's hear it.
With my birthday, launching my business, There's a lot of things that need to be built. It's a very busy month for me. And it's the beginning of the year. So I need to prepare myself mentally.
You were supposed to do it in December.
No. I prepared myself to launch a business in January. Not to work out in January, okay?
No, I like that because honestly, when we start this whole New Year thing, I don't believe in that. And especially like when you do have goals, it's good to it's cool to write down goals, but I feel like you have to take them on one at a time. So
yeah,
I like that.
And my thing was I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, New Year, I'm in the gym. No,
right.
Let's be real, Brittany. You're not New Year, you're in the gym because you're gonna work out the first week of January. So I had to mentally tell myself February. So yeah, February.
I like that. I think a lot of people should be real with themselves and let it be known that it's okay not to start January 1st.
Yeah, like, I got other stuff to worry about.
Come on now. January 1st, most people are off from work and they gonna lounge on their couch on January 1st.
You know what I did on January 1st?
You was in the bed all day.
I slept all day. But like no, like I've been working a lot. Mm-hmm. So I needed a mental,
and you deserve that.
I needed a day of mental just like detachment.
For me, like during our mental break when we weren't, recording and stuff, I feel like there was a bunch of chaos going on up here. And so for me, the first thing when I realize like I feel overwhelmed or chaotic or whatever, I want to look at my environment first.
So your environment's important.
Right. And I feel like when I lived with my parents, their environment as far as like tidiness and, does something have a place, I felt like I was overwhelmed. And it's like, they didn't understand. I'm like, listen, like, every time I come home, like, I'm overwhelmed. And it's like, nobody's overwhelming me, but my environment's overwhelming. So I feel like if your environment is clean, then your mind is clean, So if you are feeling overwhelmed, I feel like maybe first start with your environment, see how that's going. And if it's in need of a decluttering, then do so.
I feel like your environment being clean has a lot to do because you ever clean your room and you just wake up the next morning and you're in like the best mood.
You're like, ah.
Yes, and you're just like
Cinderella.
You're doing extra stuff. You're ready to do a get ready with me. Like you feel better mentally when your environment is clean. That's why like a lot of people when they're depressed, things start to get messy around them and it just keeps getting worse because they just keep walking in and they're just like, I'm over it. And then as soon as they clean up, it's like things do a 360.
That makes so much sense.
Because when my room is not clean, I'd be ready to I'd be like, I'm not like staying here. I slept on my couch for 2 weeks because I didn't have the mental like capacity to go clean my room.
I know people that have done that.
There was just, and it wasn't even my room was dirty. There was just, I separated my laundry.
There was like 3 pieces of clothes on the floor.
There was laundry, and then there was just like there was clothes separated, and there was just shoes, and I couldn't do it. So I just kept slaying on my couch, and then I was like, Brittany, go wash your laundry, and I washed my laundry, and then I slept in my room again. The dog was confused. Like we're sleeping down here.
Wait, does he sleep upstairs with you?
Yeah, he won't sleep nowhere else. He'll cry.
Oh my gosh, cry me a river.
He sure will.
Cry me a river. Whatever. He's Aggie. He is so Aggie. Okay, so spiritually, I feel like how's your spiritual health?
Spiritual health. So, for me, when it comes to spirituality, hold on, my back itches.
Your boobs look like they got bigger.
They're swollen right now. Okay. So for me, when it comes to spirituality, I feel like in 2022, spirituality became different for me. It became more so of like I had to the way that I viewed spirituality, the way that a lot of people view spirituality is like, if you go to church, you're spiritual. If you don't, you're not spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it became something to me where it was like, I believe in God, but I don't believe in the church. If that makes sense.
Preach, sister.
And it's not that I don't believe in the church. It's just I've seen so many churches be so like shisty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I'd rather praise God by myself than to go somewhere where there's so much judgment and people make you feel uncomfortable in the church, I feel like. So it's like I'd rather do it by myself on my own, because it's like God knows.
Mm-hmm.
God knows everyone's spirituality. But I become more so like I like to do it on my own rather than going to do it.
Mm-hmm. So, in what ways have you worked on that? Like
praying more, getting more in tune with myself. Definitely trusting God, like, because we all have anxiety. I don't care who you are, everybody got anxiety. If something, if you're trying to get somewhere and you're just like, oh man, like, I don't know. Or like, just anything, just putting my trust in God to where it's like, God got me. Because every time I say that, he's never failed me. So it's just like, why should I worry?
And how can you, comparing like, let's just say 3 years ago to now, like, what would you say you've done differently?
Like putting.
Or.
Hello,
Mom.
yes, no, okay, bye. Like, definitely just putting my trust in God. Like, I was definitely a worrier for years. Now,
maybe not differently. Like, what have you became more intentional with? That's what I'm maybe trying to ask. Trust.
Like, my trust, oh my goodness, I didn't trust nobody.
And when you say nobody, who you talking about?
I trusted nobody. Like
friends, family.
I trusted nobody.
Friends, family,
everybody. Strangers. I trusted nobody.
You didn't trust me? Damn.
It's not even like that. It's just certain things happened in life where it was like, I don't trust nobody. Okay, I feel like people can just change up at any given time, any given minute. But then I met someone and we were having a conversation and he told me, and he was like, Brittney, the way that you have to view things, the way that you have to go into things is trust people when you first meet them. And let them prove not to trust them. And when he said that to me, I was like,
that is the one.
I was like,
yes.
I was like, you know what? You're right. Like, and this was one of those like park car conversations, middle of the night. So it was one of them deep conversations. And so he said that, and I was like, you know what? And he was like, right now, he's like, I trust you because you haven't given me a reason not to trust you. But once you give me that reason not to trust you, that's when I'll stop trusting you. And I was like, wow. So now, when I meet people, it's like, okay, I trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you. Because you're just passing judgment on people to just not trust them.
That's exactly. Ooh, I just had a situation like, yeah, I trust you to the fullest as soon as we meet, but it hits hard, especially when like you care about a person.
And then they break your trust. Like,
oh.
And my thing is, like, especially because me as a person, and you, I go in with
everything.
Like, not everything, but it's like I go in with pure intentions.
Right.
Anybody I like deal with, like,
genuine.
Yes, it's always genuine.
It's from the heart.
If you cross me the wrong way, like, it's just like, damn. Like,
it's not calculated. Like,
yeah, like,
it's just it spews out naturally. And you like, damn, like, I've never had this in my life. You know? Now we just talk about one specific thing, but this is like all around family, friends, significant others, work relationships, acquaintances. Like, yes, that one hits different for real. It really does.
Yeah, he fucked me up with that one. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, all right, let me shut my ass up.
You really. Now I'm getting a little teary eyed right now.
I feel like, and right now, like, I just feel like I'm in my soft girl era. Like, I was, oh my goodness. As I look back, I was a very tough female. A very tough female. I was a crybaby thug.
Oh my gosh.
And, well, no, because I always felt like I had to fend for myself.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to, like, things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, you have to have someone who just does something and puts you in your place.
Mm-hmm.
It softens you up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like I'm soft now. I like it.
You're an in control soft though, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, like I'm
You're
still
not
like I'm a soft alpha female.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if I know that you can lead, that's the thing. If I know that the person that I'm dealing with can lead, I'm all in.
I'm gonna let you do so.
Yes, like I'm gonna let you do it. But if I feel like I can't let you lead, I'm gonna always be an alpha female.
Just don't steer us on one way.
Yeah. Like don't have me on this side of the room when we supposed to be on this side of the room. But as long as I know you can lead, go off.
Talking about like, you know, the church and stuff, I feel like, you know, I've been trying to develop more of a relationship with God, and it's like society depicts that a relationship with God is in the church, and it's like, oh snap, like just how you were saying, like if you don't go to church every Sunday, like who are you? And
No.
but also with that, it's like if you don't get on your knees and light candles and shut the lights off and pray.
Sorry, I know he's gone for a second when you said
Gosh.
sorry.
Cindy.
See, this is why God,
That's
God,
why you
God forgive
not
me.
in the church.
God forgive me. That's not why. God forgive me.
It's like if you don't do all these things, okay, are you really praying? You know, that's what people are asking. Like, are you really praying? It's like, no, I don't have to pray like that.
Mm-hmm.
As long as like I'm intentional with my prayer,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm direct and specific in what I'm looking for, and I'm on the path to do so, I feel like then that's your spiritual journey. And for me, that's my spiritual journey. And in 2023, like for real, like that's one of my biggest goals is to work on the spiritual side of Donyea, because I feel like I haven't, you know?
But I feel like you're working on it even when you don't think you are. No, like I just feel like we all, the moment you turn and be like, oh my God, like, and then you just start praying. Like, I don't know, like I feel like people look at things and be like, oh, if you don't, like you said, drop down to your knees and scream and speak in tongues, like it's just like, it's deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's way deeper.
Because I can put on a show all day at the church if you want.
You ain't here shouting, catching the Holy Ghost, and it's like
the whole blanket over me, okay?
Yes, like sometimes, like, and it's like some people do that just to make it seem like they're so whole. Like,
yes,
I've seen
some people do.
I've
people
seen
are
some
real
stuff
about it
in this lifetime where it's just like, get up off that floor. Like some people just do it just because it's like, oh, we're supposed to do this.
Right. I agree. All right. So. All right. So from
shit, that hurt.
Let's not practice that until we're in the bed, okay? Or in the car.
I'm driving home.
No, not driving.
First of all, we just talked about God. We're not going here, okay? Come on. For Christ's sake.
All right, so for emotional health, I feel like emotional health, you have reactions and responses to things. And you have to be aware of those. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense because I'm telling you, 2022, I worked on myself so much because I was one of those people, I listened to react instead of listening to understand.
So you were more reactionary.
Yes.
So are you responding or are you reactionary? Brittney's reactionary.
No, not no more.
Was.
Like, I actually listen to understand now, and I don't like to argue. Like, if we're two adults and we're having a conversation, a disagreement, or whatever, we don't see eye to eye about something, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna talk it out. We're not gonna yell, because as soon as you start yelling, this is me. I can't hear no
Shut
more.
down.
I can't hear no more.
I'm the same way.
Like, I stop listening when somebody starts yelling at me, because it's just like,
there's no need to yell, ma'am.
My thing is, who the fuck are you talking to?
Right.
But
I mean, sometimes it's my parents. I don't be saying that in my head, but
I be in my head like, who is this lady talking to?
I just have to look at them like, are you okay? Are you on your meds?
Listen, I'd be like,
Did you forget a prescription?
Mm-mm.
Not a prescription.
I shut off now. Like, and I used to be an arguer. Like, I used to be a really big arguer.
So you realized that you were reactionary. How did you realize that, or what situation did you realize that?
I realized that, like, I needed to fix that was one day I had a disagreement with someone, and it just didn't feel right. Like, it was like, why am I letting this person get me this much out of character? Mm-hmm. When it's just like, I should be calm. I should be at peace. So it's like, now when I have disagreements, it's like, all right, we're two adults. We're going to sit here. We're going to talk it out. And we're going to figure out what we're going to do moving forward, because we're grown. We're not going to sit here and have a screaming match about who's right and who's wrong. Because in reality, we're both doing something that's probably wrong. We can both learn from each other.
So in that scenario, were you both doing something wrong, or?
No, like in that situation, no, we weren't.
It was just that person?
I can't remember. But it was just like, it was that situation that got me to where it was like, why am I arguing?
And so now, you would say...
Now if I have a disagreement...
You're responding more?
Like, it's just like, I'm listening to understand. And another thing I do is, like, before, like, in past relationships, it was kind of like, you shouldn't feel this way because I do this, and this for you. And it's like, I always looked at that and I'm like, why is it always, Brittney, you shouldn't feel this way because I do this, and that for you. Right. It's how I feel. Right. And so, like... And those are still valid, just because you do all these things. So it's like, I always, like, anytime there's a disagreement, like, I always think, like, okay, this person feels this way because that's how they feel. I'm not going to tell them they shouldn't feel that way because that's how they feel. But what I am going to do, I'm going to apologize and say, I'm sorry that I, Brittney, made you feel that way. What can I do to not make it happen again? Right. Because it's like, that's actively, like, finding a plan as to what we're going to do moving forward, instead of like, oh, you shouldn't feel that way because I do this, and this for you. It sounds like self-reflection 100%. And a lot of people need to, like, realize, like, that's really where they should start first. Because everybody wants to jump down the other person, and it's like, have you self-reflected and, like, understood if you need to fix yourself before you try to fix somebody else? And I feel like everyone needs to do that. And it's the same for the other person, it's vice versa. And I feel like a lot of conversations go south because that's not done. Mm-hmm. So it's good that you're doing that. I feel like I started doing that when I started therapy, and my therapist, like, forced me to reflect on myself. Yeah, my therapist told me I was shitty pretty much. She was like, no, you're wrong. I was like, well, damn, okay. So yeah, shout out to therapy. I think I'm ending my therapy soon, because I think that chapter in my life I can close. Not to say, like, I don't need it anymore, but I feel like it's served its purpose, and I don't. So you're graduating? Yes. Yeah, I'm not leaving my therapist anytime soon. That just gave me anxiety to think about. I'm, like, nervous, but one, my insurance don't cover it. So, does your insurance cover yours? Yeah. Yeah. Not me. No, you have to find someone within, like, your insurance. Right, and, you know, it's hard to find a colored therapist within that, the network, you know? So it's like, okay, I guess. I know, I switched insurances and I was about to cry. I was like, please let her be a part of my insurance. And she was, I was like, oh my goodness, because I would have cried. Like, my therapist, she, like, I just feel like we built such a good relationship.
Right.
And it's like, she's black. Like, she's not, I don't know how, I'm not sure how old she is. We never had that conversation. But it's just like, she understands me. Mm-hmm. And that's what I feel like I need. Because, like, my old therapist, like, she was, like, 50. She was white. There was nothing we could relate about.
Yeah.
Besides, like, we were both human. That was it.
Not the humans.
She couldn't understand a black woman in America.
Yeah, and that's also a big part when you're looking for a therapist. Not many people realize that. But that's good. I feel like my biggest, like, emotional stressor in 2023, I feel like with this one person that I'm having constant conversations with, I feel like this person's always trying to get to the resolution before acknowledging the why. So this person has hurt me, and I can't get rid of this person. You can figure it out without me saying things. I feel like they're really just trying to get to a resolution to our problems, and versus like looking at themselves and in the mirror and ask themselves, like, why is Donyea acting like this? Mm-hmm. You know? And it's like, this can be applied to like a lot of things when it comes to conversations, because it's like, why is she acting like this? Have you ever thought about that? Like,
what did I do that created her, like, that made her act like this?
Right. And you can really apply this, honestly, let's just be blunt. You can apply this with a lot of, when you become an adult, you can apply this with a lot of arguments that come up with your parents. They don't ask themselves why, you know?
Parents will never tell you sorry. And they should.
And we need to get in a space where that is worked on, and it is actually they are apologetic, and they know why and what they did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's literally like the biggest emotional stressor the only actually emotional stress that I have in 2023. Honestly, yeah. Can you relate?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Can you relate? Let me know.
Like, I'm trying to, I don't know, like, I'm to a point where it's just like, I try not to let people stress me out.
I'm at a point I'm at that point too, but it's like, I don't know. With them, my therapist said it's not different, because you wouldn't allow that from you. You wouldn't allow that from your boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't allow that from a girlfriend. Like, you know, so it's not different, but like,
it's different.
Right.
Like, I know what you mean.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's harder.
It's easier said than done. It's so hard.
Like, it's easier to cut certain people off than, like, other people.
It's easy. Yeah. Easy breezy. Beautiful. Cover girl. I will cut you off in a heartbeat. Okay.
Nah, like, that's one thing, like, I used to care about people, so, like, I still care about people. Like, I'm not gonna say I don't care about people, but I had to get to a point where it was like, I was caring about Brittney more than I was caring about other people.
Mm-hmm. One thing I've grown from that I can definitely apply myself, and I feel like a lot of people can relate.
A people pleaser.
That, yes. A people pleaser for sure. Yes. 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 I was a huge people pleaser, and it took an emotional toll on me.
I used to get mad at her.
Like, I really graduated from is being more sensitive. I would just say that one. I was really sensitive back in the past, right? If I have a relationship with you, so let's just take you for example, and oh my gosh, and I did something to you and I hurt your feelings, and it's like, okay, Brittney, well, I'm about to bend over backwards to make it right. And
sorry, my mind just be everywhere, because I was like, bend over.
Everywhere.
Sorry.
No, your mind be in one place. Not everywhere. It be in one place. And it's just like, you know, it's like, okay, Brittney, like, I'm not gonna allow you that emotional time to digest what just happened. No, you need to address it now, and so we can fix it. And it's like, damn, how unthoughtful of me, you know.
Oh my goodness.
But if I didn't know you, it's okay. Like,
Well, if you don't know them, it don't matter. Fuck them.
no, it matters because everybody's feelings matter.
No, everyone's feelings do matter, but your feelings matter more.
Of course, my feelings come first.
Exactly, as they should. And that's something I didn't do before. I used to put everybody's feelings before mine. Now, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, I did do that.
Why am I clicking so hard? I said, nah,
I
fuck
don't
you.
know. I don't know.
No, that's like, it sounds mean, and it sounds very mean of me to say, but that's one thing I said a lot in 2022. Like, I'd be like, fuck you. Fuck them. Like,
I'm glad she never said it to me.
I probably did. I'm just kidding.
She probably has.
No, like, I just be like, if someone literally is taking me out of my character where it's like, I'm just like not feeling at peace, I'd be like, fuck them. Fuck it.
I agree. And it hurts. It hurts the people that don't understand. Like the people that are still bending over backwards, the people that are still, oh, let me please you and you and you and you and you and you and you before I please me. If I ever get around to it, it's like, no, listen, focus on yourself. And when you focus on yourself, you gradually, you eventually end up focusing on other people at the same time.
What they say, get somebody else to do it.
Right. Excuse me. Right. So, I enjoyed this little break. I am back. We are back.
Yeah, we're back.
We are back. You ain't gonna get rid of us. So
you ain't never gonna get rid of me, bitch. This is death row.
All right, so rolling into our question.
What question you want me?
Go ahead.
All right, so we've all been here. We've all done this, okay?
Oh, that's a good one.
So she said.
What
she said? I'm just kidding.
She
I mean,
did.
it could be a guy that said this.
Period. No.
Very gender neutral.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Okay, so the question is, not sure if it's from a male or a female, but we're going to answer it from, a female's point of view, because that's all I know.
Right.
I've been with my boyfriend for 4 years, and I feel like I'm the only one who is elevating in the relationship.
Ooh. That
Listen.
hit home.
That hit home because...
In the past, not now.
Yes, because... yeah. So, my opinion on something like this, and I was just having a conversation with someone the other day regarding, like, something about this. Don't look at me like that.
I can't do anything with this girl.
So...
Get on with the question.
I am getting on with the question. Give me a second. I got hot because I don't like when people look at me.
I know. I have that effect on people.
Anyways. So yeah, I was having a conversation with someone about this literally the other day. And basically she was saying, she was like, wow, like, she was like, I see so much, like, good things that happened since I walked away from my relationship. And she was like, I've seen so much growth within myself. And it's like, she was planning her life with this person. And she left this person, and everything that she's wanted has, like, been happening.
So you're pretty much answering and saying you should leave this person.
Sometimes, like, I'm not saying they should leave them, but sometimes, and from my own experience, walking away is the best thing to do, because that person, I don't know, if you're with someone and they're just not getting to where you're trying to get, that can bring you down. It's like we talked about earlier, your environment. Your environment has a lot to do with where you're going. Your significant other has a lot to do with where you're going to go, because this is a partnership.
The people you surround yourself with is pretty much.
If you hang out with bums, you're going to end up eventually being a bum. You hang out with bosses, you're going to keep elevating to become a bigger boss.
Hold on, bosses.
So, like, you have the company that you keep.
Exactly.
The company that you keep is so important. So if he's not elevating, I'm not saying leave him, because I'm not going to
elevate to the next level by yourself.
I'm not going to tell nobody to leave nobody, but
because you don't want to come back running and say, oh, she said what she said, so we don't leave.
Yeah, nah, I'm never going to tell nobody. Like, if my friend cussing me 50 times and be like, I'm leaving him, okay. The next day, if she's back with him, I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna be in your corner no matter what.
Unless he's beating her face off, I'm minding my business. Once he starts beating her, no, that's when I'm gonna be like, nah, sis, it's time to go. Like, you need to leave.
I think you really need to sit down with yourself and make sure that you've actually, like, gave him that time to change, and you actually were direct with what you are looking for from your partner. And if this person really hasn't changed, then go ahead and, you know, elevate to the next level. But if you haven't done that, that's not fair to him for you to be like, okay, well, you know, I'm elevating, how come you're not? You can't just expect the guy, especially if he didn't come to the table like that.
Men are dumb as shit. Okay, that's what you.
To figure that out on his own. So if you haven't done that, give him that time and opportunity to
figure it out.
Yes, thank you. To figure it out. And once you do so, 6 months is enough, right?
A lot can happen in 6 months. A lot can happen in 1 month.
6 months is enough. If he hasn't got it together, then baby, he's probably holding you back.
Yeah,
for sure.
And never let nobody hold you back, male or female.
Right.
If she's not elevating, leave her. If he's not elevating, leave him.
Because, baby, one thing my mama told me is there's another dick right around that
I was going to say that, but I was trying to be cool about it. But, you know, you leave one, you find another, you find a better one. I'm not going to lie to you. Speaking from my experience.
Woo! Like, okay.
There's always another one. Trust me.
Always.
You think that oh my God.
You think you're so in love.
You think you're so in love, and then you actually find love, and you're like, what the fuck was that? You're like, what the fuck was that? And yeah, you turn into like a little ass kid, and you're like, oh my God, he called me. Oh my God, he's texting me. It's ugly.
All right, so we hope that solved your problem, Anonymous, because it's anonymous. Before we sign off, we just want to give a shout out to the book of the week. Antoine Stevens, best poet out there, okay? Go purchase his book on Amazon. We'll leave a link to his book. This one is called Depression, Anxiety, and Self-Doubt Walk into a Bar.
I like bars.
Oh, he is a Black poet. Go support our guy. He is amazing. And get yourself a copy of his new book that just dropped in December of 2022.
Let's read the back.
Okay.
The conclusion to a beautiful series. This book will not disappoint. Building upon the previous books, this book tackles topics like loss, grief, love, happiness, emptiness, etc. Poetry from the perspective of a young Black man who's trying to make peace with who he was, accepting who he is and moving towards who he wants to be. Ooh. A journey that has landed with a poor punctuation. A journey that has landed with a poor punchline to the joke depression, anxiety, and self-doubt walk into a bar.
It's Memorial.
Oh. But yes, guys, tune in with us next week for another new episode of the She Said What She Said podcast. And don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I don't know why I said that so aggressively.
All of them.
And don't forget, she said what she said.
Let me tell you what I'm gonna do, yeah. Get freaky and feel you, girl. I want the sexiest heels for you.